Welcome to a very extra cool vlog. Lots of cool stuff cooking today, and we just got some awesome wedding news. I kind of want to, well, I'll tell you what, I won't tell you the specifics, but I'll go ahead and tease it right now. We just got confirmation back that, that we have our event place, and, we put the deposit down and all that. They got the check, it's all good. So we have a date. I'll tell you that later in the video. Hey, you wanna jump right to that? You don't care about the cooking, or you only care about the cooking, or you only care about the results? Don't forget, in the description below, you can see a whole bunch of lines with blue numbers, and that's time code skips. You can jump right ahead or behind to wherever you want. You don't have to watch all of this. And I just like to remind everybody up front that that is a thing you can do, because not everybody likes all of this. But I appreciate that y'all are here with me on this fantastic March 16th, 2022. It is 6:23 p.m. and it's still gorgeous out. And I'll show you a little bit later, but we has our sound wall. It's interesting, but we'll talk more about that later. Mary and I have a lot of movies we can briefly talk about later. There'll be some movie reviews. I got some game stuff to talk about, including some more WWE 2K22 talk, because damn, I'm loving that game. And a whole bunch more, as we always do. And but today, since tomorrow for us is St. Patrick's Day, and yesterday for you, I thought we would make something very in line with that. Also something very dietetic, if that's a word, because, I need to lose some weight. And I was doing really good this week. And then for some stupid reason, Dad and I were like, you know what, it's 8 o'clock. We've been shopping all day. We're hungry. Let's go get tacos. And I had, not tacos, I had something more heavy, but it was really good. I think true joy is sitting in a great Mexican restaurant with cool tunes, drinking margaritas, and having fine food. Anyways, let's get to it, shall we? Let's do some cooking. All right, so I think we talked about this last week, so if you're a regular here, you might know what we're doing. But yes, it's the grilled cheese book. Well, what we use for grilled cheese. But today we're actually gonna cook something this was more made for, which is we're gonna make a soup. We're gonna make a corned beef and cabbage soup. Let me see if I can, crap, there go all our grilled cheese notes. Let's see if I can actually, I'm not trying to show you the whole recipe per se, just kind of giving you a look at the actual picture in there. And let me read through this for you. So, corned beef and cabbage soup. We got onion, we got celery stalks, we got carrots, we got unsalted butter in the fridge, we got ground allspice, we've got plum tomatoes. These are technically Roma tomatoes, but pretty much the same. I think they are the same, actually. We got some low sodium beef broth. I would have just bought Kroger, but they were out of it. We got, is this next on the thing? We got, where is it? Here it is. We got a head of cabbage. We'd only need about a quarter of that. We've got Yukon Gold potatoes. We've got quick cooking barley. And we have some deli pastrami that we're gonna strip up. It's in the fridge though. Salt and pepper. That's what you need for this, and a food processor. You can do it without a food processor, but it even tells me to use a food processor. I'm like, cool, save me some effort. So, this is relatively simple other than having a handful of ingredients. I've already cleaned my celery. We're gonna peel the carrots. We're gonna just shear off an outer layer of the cabbage and chop it up. And we're just gonna hand tear our pastrami. But basically, we're gonna want to pulse the onion, celery, and carrots in a food processor until they are pea-sized pieces. Then we're gonna melt some butter in a large pot over medium-high heat, add the chopped onion, celery, and carrots and the allspice, cook, stirring occasionally until the vegetables are slightly softened, about 5 minutes. Step 2, the only other step, add the tomatoes to the food processor and pulse until finely chopped. Transfer the tomatoes to the pot and add beef broth, cabbage, potatoes, barley, and 4 cups of water. Cover and bring to a boil. Uncover, reduce the heat to medium-low, and simmer until the potatoes and barley are tender, about 20 minutes. Stir in the corned beef, season with salt and pepper. There you go. This should be about 4 servings at 352 calories per serving. So that's not bad at all, and it looks like it's actually kind of a substantial soup. I need to find that note though. I don't want the cats running off with our grilled cheese notations. So let me set that aside so I don't keep flopping it out. The thing, because obviously we're doing more grilled cheese next week. Okay, so let's get to the prepping. Mary's hungry and I'm starting a little late, so let's come on down here. I think what we should probably start with is our carrots, and you'll see I have a lot more celery and carrots, but I'm gonna be using these for like diet snacks, and I figured while I was here I had to clean them and all that anyways, so we go ahead and just go ahead and dice a bunch of that up for me, or chop a bunch. We don't even have to dice. It ain't gonna take that long to run through that celery. I don't know if I'm gonna do that with extra carrots right now. But I do have a clean thing down there. I guess I should actually, you know, in hindsight, I should rinse some of these off. I wasn't gonna, because I was like, I'm gonna peel them. So give me just a second here. Take out some of the big ones. Give it a quick little rinsey. Because again, it just has 3 carrots. Doesn't really give you an indicator of how big or small. That one's kind of awkward too. Technically, I should clean up more of those carrots too, but I don't want to get too bogged down in that. So we'll see how this goes. So we got those. Let me grab my peeler. The peeler Mary doesn't like, but I appreciate. And we're just gonna start peeling the carrots. Just to, you know, get them clean. I don't know that I've really peeled carrots before. It's not as easy as cucumbers where you can clearly see where you've been working. This is also a good way to make like vegetable slaw or vegetable spaghetti. Which one of these days maybe I'll do something like that. Need to get up under there. And cut some of that out. Oh, and I usually like to remind people too, I don't really consider myself a cooking professional or anything. I'm just, although as Mikey P will tell you, I am getting paid for these videos, so technically I'm a professional. But I'm just learning. I like to learn. I like to have fun. This is passion for me. This is zen. I understand a lot of people don't want to go this far for stuff. I mean, you can buy like pre-ready carrots and stuff, but I was like, no man, I like to do it, you know? Even though I'm excited about not having to actually dice all this stuff fine myself and then I get to cheat with the food processor, which you can always do. You know, I mean, hell, even with my onion, like my dad, he bought himself like a little 1 cup or 2 cup food processor because he discovered he can dice onions real easy. Because he loves keeping diced onions around, but he does not love dicing them. Unlike his weirdo son. All right, we're almost there. I could do more of these, honestly. This, again, very, very zen. Just like chilling out here. Especially when I cook and I just get to have wine and turn on Food Network, which is on right now, but just muted. I, off camera, made some, you know, you watched me make the gumbo, and we had chicken thighs in there, and we did our own Cajun seasoning blend. Well, I'll tell you the story while we do this. I did test out a theory. I went and used that, set this aside. That same blend, I made up another batch of it, and I couldn't find chicken thighs at the time, so I bought chicken tenderloins, which worked out great. And basically, I had 12 chicken tenderloins. I made a double batch of that seasoning if you want to go back and do it. And then I got a stainless steel pan, put a little oil in there, pan fry those chicken tenderloins for about 3 to 5 minutes per side. And I got these amazing blackened Cajun chicken tendies that are so freaking delicious. I also made like a chicken rice. I used brown rice. We did the onion and garlic trick that we tried a little while back in the carnitas episode, where we just diced some onion and garlic in a bowl and microwave it. We put that in some brown rice, a whole bunch of chicken stock, and salt, and some frozen peas and carrots, and did it in the rice cooker. It turned pretty dang delicious, and that with the chicken together is amazing. And now I bought a new Pepper Palace hot sauce to go with all of that. Okay, that's said and done. Let's go ahead and get these dealt with. So we're just, it says like quarter them, so I'm just gonna take a tiny bit off the tip because I do that with peppers. We're gonna make sure we get any of the bad stuff off here at the top we don't really want. And then let me shear through that a little bit. Okay, I feel better about that. What's the word? It says quarters, but well, you know, since that one's kind of thick. And basically we're just gonna drop all this in the food processor. Like a moil. I don't know. Okay. Maybe I should have done one more of these, honestly, since I'm taking kind of big swaths off the tips here. All right, and all right, get all this in. Food processor. Okay, and let's do a little wipe down. Good, careful. I did actually cut my fingers slightly the other day when I was cooking, just getting garlic off, and just cut a little right there, but it wasn't terrible. It was like just kind of like a bad paper cut. All right, we'll do the onion after. So let's go ahead and get working through the celery, but I'm gonna need something to keep my celery in. Use this as a guide too for the size of my stalks. And some of these dirty ends I just could not get rid of, so. And then again, since this is being used for like dipping and snacking, I'm not really gonna hold on to the leaf ends. You can, like if it's going in the soup or something, sure, by all means. So again, you know, until I get down to 3, I'm just gonna cut some of these down, if you don't mind. If you don't mind bearing with me here. Although that, I'm gonna keep that little tip. That one looks pretty clean. We'll keep that in there. I have already kind of mostly washed this off, although I did just find a piece of dirt as I said that. But some of this is just dirty, so I'm gonna get rid of those kind of tips. And then some of these I'm not gonna do lengthwise. I'm gonna make them more even just for snackables. Kind of makes me want to get some peanut butter and some raisins and do that old trick I haven't done in ages. Kind of wash my board a little bit here as I find dirt. And la da dee, la da da da, la da da dee 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 dee. I'm gonna fill more than one of these apparently. Yeah, this one's kind of dirty all the way up to here, so we're gonna take that big chunk out. Hey, we're almost through one. Good to know that one will basically fill up one of these. Ooh, this one's got some real high dirt going on. Yeah, I go through phases. Sometimes I love celery, sometimes I'm like, meh. Today is a I love celery phase. It's probably all we're gonna get in this. Shit, I think I just missed. I did miss. All right, do I wanna do 2 of these? I don't know. Usually kind of do these in Ziplocs, but kind of gonna run out of refrigerator room here. Wonder if in hindsight I should have used like a soup container. Done them vertical. I do not know. All right, back to the grind. Just gotta remember to stop before I get down and you know, I'll need 3, so. I just watched the Kamala Khan Miss Marvel trailer, so I got the Weekend in my head. Not a bad thing. Yeah, we're making a short work. All right, those will be the 3 we work with probably. And it's fine, I'll eat most of that tonight probably. All right, get this out of our way. Thank you for bearing with me while I made some snacks. And now that has a little dirt on the tip, let's get rid of that. Let's take off this edge. The rest of that looks good. This also, ooh, does not clean that one very well. There we go, just gotta get the dirt out of that. Okay. Yeah, the tip's fine on that, but this one's a little dirty through there. And then you were pretty dirty through here, so I might actually, you know what, I'm gonna... What do you think? Do you think that's 3 pieces? You know what, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Not cheat, I'm just gonna add just a hair more. Just take one of these small bits that I did. There we go. Okay. All right, so again, these are rough chopped to go into the stuff over there. Start dumping them in there. Carrots and celery. We're doing the Holy Trinity, just no Pope today. Of Cajun cooking. Okay, so we got that. Clean off the cutting board. Because next we have the fun of the onion. I'm gonna move these out of my way for a moment. And that goes in there too. I just wanna make sure. Onion, celery, carrots. Yeah, so we just gotta quarter this onion. Honestly, taking the layer off is gonna be the biggest part of this work. Also, I just bought this like Tuesday and it had kind of a rusted, I'm sorry, a slightly moldy thing already. Which is just weird. Just taking off a peel here. There we go, get rid of this core, or the root. There, I could not think of the dang word. Take off a protective layer just for cleanliness. We got the thin layer off, sweet. I like it when we get the thin layer. Leaves more delicious onion for the rest of us. Do 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 do. I can't sing that because I don't want to get copyright takedown. Okay. And we're almost there on this part. And I'm gonna go ahead and prep more of the stuff here before we start pulsing. So we can kind of get going all at once. Okay. We are getting there. I got the thin layer both times. Excellent. Let's try to get the onion paper off my knife so I don't accidentally transfer into the food. Cool. And we already have, so we just got a quarter. And then right into the food processor. Okay, so that part's done. Melting the butter when we start. And allspice. Okay, we'll measure that out in a minute. We can measure that when we get cooking. All right, so tomatoes. I think I want to, I should probably do the potato next and the cabbage. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right. And the handy dandy peeler back out here. And you know what? I'm gonna use my food scale. Again, you know, once you get really comfortable with chefing, use a better bowl than that. Soup bowls. What do I want to use here? I'll finish my thought in a minute. This is probably. No, let's use. Yeah, let's use. Because of how much cabbage we're going to need, I'm going to use one of these for just as a serving bowl. You find a space to do it. Here we go. And dry paper towel, or dryish at least. What was I gonna say? I know. Oh yeah. As you get more comfortable with chefing, you get more comfortable not having to measure so much. You just kind of know what you're doing. But I'm still fairly new. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna zero out our scale so it doesn't weigh that. And then I'm looking for how much potato? 1/2 pound. Okay. and chopped. But we're gonna go ahead and peel it real quick. Doesn't tell me if it wants it peeled or not, but I'm gonna peel it. Make sure we get the eyes out and whatnot. This is mostly a pretty good looking potato though. Come on. There we go. I didn't put down my paper towel for easy transfer. Whoopsies. Okay, I'm having trouble getting in there. There we go. You gotta be careful with these peelers because you can hurt yourself. He hopefully didn't just jinx himself. Especially when the potatoes are so awkwardly shaped. And I do have another one if I need it, but... Come on now. Play nice with Eric. And he will cook you nicely. Yeah, some of these I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna get down in there. I'm not, again, I am pretty new to working with potatoes. So, peeling them is a new thing for me. Looks like there's a bad spot in that one. Okay. Almost got it. Okay, that's looking pretty good over there. Try to get that out. There we go. God, a section like this is troubling. Not troubling, but difficult. Especially as this is all getting wetter and starchier. Shit, did that poorly. Okay, let's see if we can get this off here. And okay, that's most of it. I'll work around that spot. All right, peelers aside. See what we can do here in terms of getting all this in one, or at least one close go. Hey, Mary. Hi. Oh, she dropped a little on the floor. Other than the cabbage and having some tomatoes, we're pretty much done with the prep work, so. Except I didn't do my usual trick when peeling potatoes or peeling things of laying down a paper towel to make this part easier. All right. Dude, I got that weekend song in my head. Keep wanting to sing it. Get in trouble. There we go. All right, clean off the board. And let's just start working through this. Oh, if you're gonna do Zumba in there, I thought you were gonna do it in the basement.
I thought I could do it in the basement.
Well, that's true. Carpet Zumba. All right. So we want to kind of cut this up into the size of bites we want. Like I kind of want like that. So that's kind of what we're going to consider. So there we go. There's an ounce. Ounce and a half. Let's see. Let's go ahead and strip through there. All right. Boom, boom. 3 ounces, 5 ounces. We're looking for 8 ounces, so I think we're close to there. 7 ounces. And if you have a little more, it's fine. Also, I got this bad spot in this potato I'm trying to avoid. Actually, now that I'm seeing it, it's not so bad. 8.5 ounces, screw that, we'll throw that in there. That's just not enough potato worth saving. Okay.
You just threw away potato?
Those tiny little chunks.
Oh.
Wasn't really enough worth saving. That was all that was left.
I would have eaten those.
Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry. Fish them out and eat them. Feel free.
Nah.
All right, cabbage. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. Because it says like 4 cups of chopped cabbage. Measuring 4 cups of leafy cabbage is awkward.
Do you want my big glass container?
Probably not if you got to dig it out of there, because I accidentally screwed stuff up in there the other day and haven't had a chance to fix it up. Cabbage. Is that machine washable?
It's glass.
Yeah, all right. Let's use it. Thank you. Mary to the rescue.
I get the lid off.
I'm gonna sneak over there and vlog you doing Zumba. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that to you. Wink. No, I'm just kidding. I am kidding. Also, I guess I'm gonna need a big storage bag for the rest of this since I only need about 1/4 of it. You think a gallon?
4 cups chopped?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be using more than 1/4 of that.
That says about 1/4 of a head of cabbage.
I don't think how big that cabbage is.
Well, they're typically about this big.
But here.
I mean, I know what I'm doing.
Why are you going from the bottom?
Well, because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, can we, hold on. For anybody that wants to know, here.
So, yeah. Peel it from the top.
I'm gonna set this over here so I can. Okay. Yeah, a little bit there. I mean, other than getting it started, I don't have no. Mary just wanted to help.
There you go.
Sweet, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna just go right in like this. Set that over there and start kind of treat it like an onion. And again, you're cutting to sizes that you would want to eat it. And be very careful. Again, my knife handling skills is not exactly where it should be. Oh, shoot. And I think you're wrong, because I already have like 4 right there.
Oh, okay. I was thinking a finer chop like a sauerkraut or a coleslaw.
Well, I just figure, you know, you want to have the texture of the cabbage in here.
Hi, Jack.
All right, let me deal with cleaning. Oh, good, you were able to see. I forgot to move the camera back down, but luckily. Oh, apparently I need to change my exposure where the daytime is out. Sorry, everybody. That's a little better, but honestly, too, it's like right now we just have the sun just beaming in right there. So you're gonna hide it with, there we go. Okay, let me put this cabbage away. Sliced into tomatoes, and we about good. What did I want? Storage, I think 1/4. No, not 1/4. Excuse me. Probably a 1 gallon. Probably work for that fine. And with that leftover cabbage, maybe I'll make some slaw, or I may even try my own sauerkraut. Thank you. Because I got a book on pickling. Off camera, probably off camera, I'll be pickling some mushrooms soon, and we're gonna do Irish pickled eggs as well. And homemade dill pickles and such. I'm just setting that aside for right now. Let's go ahead and just wipe stuff down here. Okay. All right, so we got our cabbage, we got our potatoes. I could have used a smaller bowl because I thought I was putting all that together. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. Right, because cabbage, potatoes, barley, 4 cups of water, okay. Well, actually, I got an idea then. We're gonna pre-measure a whole bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and measure out the rest of our ingredients so we can just kind of quick cook everything. Do a full mise en place here. So then what we're also going to want to do is some liquid ingredients. And that is going to be 4 cups of water and the beef broth. Yeah. All right, well luckily I got this bad boy, so I don't have to do multiple measurings. That was just a game changer when this happened for me. So we'll fill this up to the 4 cup mark. Almost there. Got it. Okay, come on. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this in this bowl. And then on top of that, how much of the beef broth? 3 cups. So basically 3/4 of the whole freaking shebang here. Smells good.
A shebang?
Mm-hmm. She bang, she bang, she move. Oh baby.
What did she bought?
Yep, she bops too. Bebopalua. But is her name Cuban Pete? Jeez, splattering everywhere. Actually. Oh, you know what? A box of this is 3 cups. Almost. Actually, that's a little more. No, okay. Wait, what? No. No, I was right. That's about 3/4 of this. And you know what? I don't think it'll all fit in the bowl, so I'm just gonna set these off to the side somewhere. So that way when we're ready for them, our liquid ingredients are ready to go. Potatoes and cabbage are ready to go. Let's get the barley in there. And we'll half these tomatoes. We'll pulse our stuff and then we'll be good to go. Honestly too though, with these tomatoes, I am gonna take the core out a little bit. So we're gonna have them these ways. But this is also why I'm actually using a little bit more than 1 pound of these. Because I knew, you know, it was gonna need a little trimmed off. And this is pretty much it once we're done through here. I guess I just explained all that, didn't I? All right, these are some really nice. I'm glad I got an extra one of these. Oh yeah, we got to show you the new cat toy at some point too. That it's taking some getting them used to it. Basically, we'll just say. Well, yeah, it's a new toy for us, but it's helpful for the cats. You see. Hopefully, I remember to actually show y'all. All right, so let's measure out a couple more things here. Barley, how much? I think it's like 3/4 of a cup. Okay. And we can put that right into this bowl. I'm running out of room to do stuff. Too much mise en place. Is there a way to open this specially? Ah, I'm glad I looked before I just tore the whole, well, maybe. To open, press here and pull back. Yeah, easier freaking said than done. All right. Butter knife. You wanna try it? Cause that is...
Press open. To open, press here and pull back. Actually.
Now you're gonna use an actual sharp knife.
Well, because this.
Yeah.
The way this is creasing, you're not.
Yeah, it's worse than I thought, basically.
And we're going to point the knife away from me.
Smart lady. They can't really see it, but I do appreciate you narrating it then.
All right, let's see.
How much allspice? 1/4 heaping. Okay.
Good lord. Oh. Got a little bit than I meant to, but.
Okay. And since the pastrami goes in.
Jeebus.
I know, right?
Oh, okay. You don't have to pull it back. That's enough hole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's enough hole. Thank you. All right, so we're at 3/4 cups. So you find this where you find like rice and beans. It's a grain. is my first time working with it. And again, most of these ingredients, you know, none of this really has to be precise. It's soup. So, all right, there's those. That's all done. All right, we can do that since it's okay. I know, I'm not finishing my thoughts or my sentences. All right, let's turn over to the, oops, wrong direction. To that, and let me go close the blind so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Does it look okay, camera? Yeah. So we're gonna pulse this down until it's like pea and carrot size. Pretty sure it says pulse, right? Pulse, yep. Okay. And here we go. Ooh. Gotta get it with both hands, it's chunky. Try not to make a salsa out of it. I'm overdoing them. I got a couple of big pieces of onion. Oh, that's a big fucking hunkin' chunk of carrot. I feel like this is wrong already, but... Okay. I think we did okay there. Sure. All right, let me get this ready to actually be dumped in here when the time comes. Let me use plastic. Spoon. Just so you know. I can get it all on the heat fairly easily, so some stuff doesn't start super cooking too quickly. And so what we don't end up putting in raw when the tomatoes go in. At least not too much raw. Yeah, see, there's a giant chunk of onion that didn't get... Well, since I got it, I'm just gonna pull it out of the way. Looking to see if there's anything else that giant that didn't get. Tell you what though, this looks like kind of tasty. There's a couple of pieces of carrot that kind of big, but all right. Let's get rid of this piece. There's plenty of onion in there. I do not know where the lid to the compost went. Ah, a little footstool under the table. Okay. All right, so there we have all of that. Let me get my butter, and let's get going. So we need 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter on a medium-high heat. And I gotta find somewhere new to put this so I can read it easily. That should work. Alright. Do I have the unsalted butter sitting out, or do I gotta dig for it? Unsalted! Wow, perfect! 1, 2, it's 4 teaspoons though, so not quite perfect, but pretty perfect. Alright, let's get you all the angle here. Yeah. Bear with me while I adjust our camera. So you can see us working. Alright, we got the Tillamook. Unsauted. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll use this butter knife. No reason not to. And right about there. Come on. Crank this bad boy back up for something or other. Wipe off my butter hands to get the medium heat going. Maybe. God, come on. Gimme. There we go. Medium heat. All right. So I believe once that butter is melted, we start putting all that in there. Is that the plan? Yep, and we're gonna add that with the allspice. We'll do about 5 minutes, okay. And we'll try to get the tomatoes pulsed. All right, how much allspice again? Heaping 1/4 teaspoon. So let's get that teaspoon out. 1/4 teaspoon at this point. There we go. Put that on standby. This is new, so I need to open it before I panic on it. Come on now. Come on now. Ah, there we go. And got it. All right. Moving that butter around. What do I want to use to cook in this? I don't really have a big metal spoon, I just realized. Not a big soup spoon. I guess I could use a wooden thing. So, yeah, alright. Oh, I just had flashbacks. Butter and splattering butter. Oh, it's fine. I'm nowhere near hot enough to... The problem was that was like sizzling hot, and I was deglazing in the sizzling butter, which was causing all the splash ups. That's what caused it. And if you're new here and haven't seen it, that's in the gumbo episode. If you want to see me get pretty gnarly butter burns, they're still healing, but I mean they're fine now. Just you can still see them, but okay. That butter smells good. I'm gonna use this. All right, by the time I get set, now the trick here is to not lose the chopper because we need it to pulse the tomatoes. Actually, you know what? I should have just done this. I should have just done this to start. Quickly, Eric, quickly. There we go. I just took the blade out, so I don't even have to worry about it. Now let's just get all this deliciousness in there as quick as we can. I definitely got very, very, very tiny pieces. Cannot hear you right now. Sorry. Well, they might be able to, but I can't. I'm on the other side of all this clanging. All this clanging and banging. I guess some of this is just gonna have to go in raw, because I mean, I don't know. Let's get the heaping teaspoon, and we're gonna get it, all that stirring around. It says heaping teaspoon, so, or 1/4 teaspoon, so that was heaping. All right, Echo. Set timer for 5 minutes. Let's get all that nice stirred around. It smells pretty good. there's still a couple of big chunks of carrot and celery, or carrot and onion in there. Alright, reset this so we can get our tomatoes pulsing. I just need to make sure I don't need to turn the heat down. Add it occasionally, that's a little soft. Okay, add tomatoes, pulse. We put that in, then we can put in the dries and the liquids. Alright. I got the blade back in the thing. Putting the tomatoes in. I need to give this a stir here in just a second. Lit it up real fast. If you don't mind, I'm not gonna move the camera over, y'all, just because, I mean, you know how this works. Yeah, I am wondering if I pulse this too fine. Food processor trick might be not really the best. Oh, I probably should have done this myself. Because I was trying to get out those giant pieces, you know? All right, gonna pulse. Enough to make tomato soup.
Hi, Itty Bit. You're okay.
That looks pretty good. Maybe one more pulse. All right, I'm gonna say, oh, it's smelling good. I gotta get over here and stir it. If it smelled like that good, it was too long since I stirred. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. It softens real fast since it's these tiny pieces. Like, oh shoot, my rice cooker's in the way. I can't see the timer. 2:44, okay.
Honey, have you seen my phone?
I have not seen you have it, so. Yeah, I mean, this itself, I was like, you know what, I wouldn't mind kind of doing this and then just like pickling this as like a relish. Or something like that.
It's Mommy. Yeah, Mommy has legs.
And she knows how to use them. Couple minutes left. I mean, I kind of feel like it's probably good, but we'll probably go a little early. Yeah, that's just kind of pretty as it is, man. Hopefully some of these big chunks will soften. Probably not. Yeah, this would make a really nice like dumpling or ravioli or even maybe an empanada filling, excuse me. Okay, it's been about a minute. Yeah, I wonder if the problem is they're expecting you to use a food processor that's not as powerful as mine. Because I mean, it kind of looks like I got a pink tomato soup going on over there. Are you not Zumbaing, or when is it?
The Zoom hasn't started yet.
Okay, I was just wondering. I was like, wait, is it happening at 8? I was just, I'm just curious. Yeah, that's all feeling pretty good and soft. All right, let's start getting the other ingredients in. What's the word here? Add the tomato. Well, now transfer the tomatoes to the pot. Add the beef broth, cabbage, potatoes, barley, 4 cups of water. Cover. Bring to a boil. Oh, I'm gonna cover it. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and get the tomatoes in. Actually, do the stupid thing again. Echo cancel timer. As you'll see, the tomatoes kind of turn into like a pinkish mush, but it's fine. Actually, let me use spoon. Get some of the excess. Okay. And let's get the water in. Okay. Let's get our beef broth in. Actually, you know what? I should have gone with the dry ingredients first so it's less splattery. Hi, I'm Eric. Have you met me? I'm an idiot. Stand back. There we go. Okay. And now we're gonna get the broth in. Ooh, turn it to splatter it off the cabbage. Starting to smell pretty good. We're gonna give that a stir around, get everything kind of mixed together. Oh, this is shaping up to be something really nice. Break up some of these chunkier bits of cabbage.
They're not going to do those today. It's on this list, but on the app it's not listed.
Oh, crap. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. Okay, that seems pretty good. Now, what does it say? Cover and bring to a boil. Cover, bring to a boil. Uncover, reduce to medium low to simmer. Okay. Let me grab my lid. Cover and take that heat up a little bit. And try to move some dishes out of my way. So we have some room to work here. Because we still got to tear up the pastrami. Right, so yeah, because we're gonna do on that. Stir in the corned beef. So yeah, we're gonna just rip up the salami here in a minute. Maybe we'll actually use a knife. Also, we may want to use the food scale again. Now again, it calls for a specific amount. We'll probably use a little bit more. Let me bring you over to me. Nope. Nope, other way. Oh, I can't go on each. What? Yeah, I can. You already. Good enough. Oh, geez. You know what? This is. Oh, 0.7 pounds. Hold on. Got a pound 16, 1.6 times 7. What? Hold on. Let's do some math. All right. A pound is 16 ounces. So let's divide that by 100. Then we're gonna multiply that by 71. So we have 11 ounces and 11.36. So we're gonna use about half this package. So let's just do that. It says 4 ounces. This will make it 5 ounces. Leave enough left over for a nice little, oh wait, no, that says quarter cup. Oh no, quarter pound. God dang it. Yeah, that's right, 4 ounces. Okay, yeah. Okay. I don't know, whatever. Let me clean this knife and then. Of course, I'm realizing if I do this, I'm gonna have to do something with this pastrami so the little ones don't decide,
Hey, what's this meat Daddy left unattended on the counter?
come on, boil. Come on, watched pot, I'm watching you, boil. All right, so let's see here. You know, I got an idea. All right, we're gonna do backwards weighing. Need somewhere. So you aren't gonna be able to see it because Well, I guess I could actually do this. Hold on. Yeah, you'll kind of see what I'm doing. So we have the scale on, it's at 0. We're just gonna weigh the whole bag. Yeah, 11 and a half ounces. So if we're gonna do 4 ounces, then we wanna leave 7 and a half ounces behind. If we're gonna be exact, but I don't know how exact we really need to be. So I'm grabbing like 4 slices of this out. Leave 7 3/4. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one more slice. There. Now we know we have probably like 5 ounces, but hey, what's wrong? Nothing wrong with having a little extra pastrami in there. Cause you are a mommy to your pastrami. There we go, a little Chef John-ish action going on. We're just gonna strip this up into nice pieces. That'll be kind of bite-sized. You know, slightly different sizes on occasion. I don't know why this is being so difficult for me. Actually, why don't I just... Yeah, there we go. Smart guy. There. Alright, so there's our pastrami. I kind of hate to waste a dish for this, but knowing certain someones... Actually, you know what? I don't have to do that. Only thing that was in this bowl was waters and potato, and the water took out the potato starch, so let's get a little wipe out and just throw all this in here. This way I can go set this in the microwave, so while stuff is simmering, I don't have to worry about the little ones getting on the counter and sniping. Bummed for Mary. I know she's been doing some virtual, whoops, that piece went in my mouth. Virtual Zumba. You know, as we're getting ready for the wedding. And she was looking forward to doing that. Sucks they're having that. Oh man, I forgot I had chips and salsa in here. You know what? I'm glad I forgot I had chips and salsa in there from the restaurant take home. All right, let me put you back over the soup. Sorry. Put you in more, I guess. I guess I actually need to... Why am I suddenly having trouble? There you go. Now you can see what's happening. I'm gonna bring that heat up some more. I wanna get that boiling. Okay. Other than some salt and pepper seasoning and putting the pastrami in there, that's all there is to this. So, pretty happy about that. I'm gonna start doing some cleanup work. We'll watch for the simmer and I'll chat with you for a few minutes here, but we may cut out because you don't need to watch the 20 minutes of simmering, I'm guessing. Put those back downstairs, fridge. I gotta figure out where my celery is going up in this fridge. It's full. And all the other delicious goodies I've been cooking up in the kitchen with minimal bitching. There we go, a little more Chef John rhymey. Timey, wimey, rhymey, buy me. Buy me? What you gonna buy me? Buy me? Yeah, I'm all over the place. Welcome to my shit show. I need to find some room for this leftover stock. I'm wanting to get dirty, but I'll be nice. Oh man, I still got some of this Butterfinger cheesecake to eat. Diets, man, diets. All right, so, bloop. Good thing it is trash day is all I'll say. Let's get as much of this into the compost as we can here. Alrighty. Okay, put this away. This away, yeah, this away, yeah, this away, yeah, this away, yeah. So many vinegars. So little time. Gonna do so much pickling, gonna lose my mind. Alright, let's see, this is dirty dishes, done dirt cheap. And that is mostly everything cleaned from over here, except for this little bit of a mess. Let me put my barley away. It's a grain. Can I keep it up here with the grains? I can't reach that. There's no reason for these to be there. Slide that back, probably. There we go. Put away the allspice, which is much tastier than Old Spice. Don't confuse the two. I think Mary would have appreciated that joke. Opening the blind back up so I can see this beautiful little bit of a sunset we got going on. And yeah, ow. Yeah, that's it. We're just waiting to get us a little boil going here so we can turn it to a simmer. And then we'll be back for seasoning and all that. Well, y'all, I don't think right? Of course I told Mary dinner would be ready between 6 and 7, and it's gonna be 8, but whatever. It is what it, oh, it's been an hour already? That was a lot of prep time. All right, well, I think I'm gonna cut here, so I can just clean without having to blah, blah, blah. And actually, it's wine time. And I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, you know how it works. We'll go to a boil, and we'll turn it down to a medium low for the simmer, and we'll be back in 20. So I'm gonna do that. All right, see you in a minute. You'll see it instantly. I'll see y'all in about 25 minutes. Whew. All right, so something I've noticed about this is where my stuff is so, like, thick. It's having trouble boiling up through there, but it is finally starting to boil, so we're about to take it down to a simmer. I've stirred it a couple of times. It's 7:36, so I don't know how long it's actually been. I took the heat up as well. Also cleaned up everything, though I forgot to do my dang old coffee pot. So yeah, I'm gonna call that a boil, a Danny boil. And so now we want to uncover, reduce to medium low, and simmer for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna uncover, I'm gonna reduce to medium low. I like to be a little over. I'm gonna give it one more stir. And then say, echo, set timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
Woohoo! All right. It smells all right so far. Not much to smell. This is a failed sauce I made the other day. I was going for jalapeno mustard. It came out bland. I ended up putting pickled jalapenos and juice in there, and it made it okay, but it's nothing good. So yeah, we're just waiting for the potatoes to soften, the barley to come up. It's gonna be a thicker, this is almost gonna be more like a stew than a soup, quite honestly. I really shouldn't be messing with it. I'm jealous though. Mary went for a walk because it is lovely out, and I would have liked to have joined her, but I mean, look at that. Beautiful sunset. Yo, I hope this translates. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that sky. It's not quite showing you the purples, but look at that. Look at that gorgeousness. Dang. Okay, this is gonna be tough. It's been 20 minutes, it's 7:58. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat. I put a fork, found a potato. It's definitely tender. I can get the meat in here. Mary's on her walk. She got distracted talking to neighbors and stuff, so it's making this awkward, but let's do what we can. Try to get this pastrami in there. Crap. Hold on. Here, get your pastrami can. Dang it, Mary. Didn't think you'd be gone this long. I'm not gonna, okay, how about that? That way it's not a cut. Hopefully I'll know that. I should know that. I'm just trying to get all the meat out of the bowl. It's sticking. And for editing purposes, I'm not going back to the overhead cam. Okay, there we go. So I just want to kind of stir this through, try to, you know, break up those clumps of meat. I probably should have stripped it out. You know, try to get it evenly distributed as best we can. Smelling pretty darn good here. It's been smelling pretty good for a little while. Ooh, steaming up the camera. But as you see, as we get the pastrami wet, the pieces are sliding apart, so that's good. Just don't want to end up giving somebody like a quarter of the pastrami in one bite. And we still got to do some salt and pepper season to taste, so pepper grinding is going to be hard with me filming. And I guess I should have just gone back to that causes me so much more editing. If I just jump back and forth between these two cameras once, it's not a big deal, but when I have to go back multiple times, it becomes a lot more of a chore. But you can see this soup's looking pretty darn tasty. Excuse me. That was a very interesting sounding belch because I did it right into the camera. So that'll be interesting to hear that back. Yeah, that's looking really tasty. And I'm sure it's gonna need some salt and pepper, but I kind of want to get a sense of what it's like without. All right, I think I have mostly broken up a lot of the pastrami. Feels like I see pastrami in every little scoop I do. And you can use like, you know, actual, like a hunk of pastrami too. It doesn't have to be deli. They just said you could do deli stuff, so that's what I was doing. Come on, Cabbage. There we go. Let me grab a little spoon. A little taste tester just to see what I'm working with before I start putting seasoning in there. Gotta let that cool. Here's me blowing stuff. OnlyFans, baby. All right, let's see. Okay, pretty good. Definitely need some salt and pepper. See what I can do here. It needs a good pinch of salt. Maybe a couple of pinches of salt, to be honest. Because again, that's what's gonna bring out the flavor. Now I cannot grind pepper at the same time and hold the camera. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a good place to start. Stir this all up. And we'll taste again, and we'll maybe need to still adjust the seasoning. I got a feeling it needs more salt than that. It's weird it didn't have me put any salt or pepper in along the way. Okay. Okay. That feels pretty good and stirred up. Another tasting spoon. Good thing we have a lot of tasting spoons. There's my thing. Definitely improved. It needs more. Almost double what I did. Almost. We'll go double on the salt. I gotta set you down again for the pepper grinder since I'm all on my own here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of grind out of that, even though it's still relatively very full. Okay, stirring it up. That's right, I like to stir the pot, baby. All right. And another tasting spoon. Trying to get just the broth as best I can. More. I mean, there's a lot of soup in here, so we're using a lot of salt. And more pepper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just kind of turning it up and down this time. So it kind of repositioned things. Oh, sorry. Obviously, you're gonna get a lot more flavor from the elements in the soup as well, but you gotta get that broth right. Oh, it smells like it just came to life. Almost dripped into my salt. Here we go, more season testing. Oh, yeah, there's that. Yeah. Is it perfect? Just a tiny bit more, just a tiny bit more. It's so close. We'll do like a little half 3-finger pinch. Yeah, you know what, no, just a little bit more. Just like a full 3-finger pinch. I think it's all right on the pepper. Let's just stir that salt in. Get it somewhat evenly stirred. Push the thing back so I don't knock it off the counter. Make sure I don't drip into my salt. And I got a feeling this will be the one. Cool. Let's get a actual spoon. I think that may be doing it, but I want to make sure I get a real taste here. Get some stuff this time. Ah. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good spoonful. Might take a little more blowing. Hot. Oh, hot. Oh. Yeah, I think we have it. By the way, my was I could see the screen reflected in the window, so I could actually see my framing when I was in front of the sink like that. Like I can see that there's my mouth, there's my eyes, there's my hair. I'm due for a haircut. And there's my whole head. That's a kind of neat trick. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's plate some up. Oh, beauty footage, look at that. That actually looks fantastic. By the way, I hit it with another big pinch of salt and 20 more grinds of pepper just to be safe. So I just did that off camera when it was easier. There's Mary's half bowl. She's finally back.
Hi.
And I'm gonna let her try and get my thumbnail. So somehow we have to do this where you can kind of see the soup and my face. So like,
He's giving himself options. Look at all those options. Either there or he's having a seizure.
Thank you. Now let's actually take a real taste here. It probably needs to cool down, but I'm sure you'll be more interested in what Mary thinks because I've already kind of tasted it when I was tasting for seasoning.
Ooh, that is hot and steamy looking.
You notice I'm avoiding the potato right now. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Alright.
It's not like the best thing ever, but it's pretty good. I think it'll be one of those things that's gonna get tastier as we, oh, you might want a spoon, huh?
I was about to say, can I have
We're all out. We're all out of spoons. You're gonna need, I'm gonna give you a fork. Spoon man.
So what all do we have in here?
So barley, cabbage, pastrami, carrot, celery, onion, beef broth, water, allspice, plum tomatoes. I think that's it. It's cabbage. I don't know if I said cabbage. Salt, pepper.
Pretty good.
And so I can almost guarantee this is going to be one of those things that's better the next day.
When it settles all in. Yeah. We got plenty left.
Are you going out with me tomorrow? Or are you
I need to ask you about that because I'm watching the fucking UK game. I'm not going to a fucking sports bar at night on UK in the tournament game. Y'all are gonna have a hard time getting in if you're doing it at night. Anyways, I wanted to ask you about that like off camera because I was like, wait a minute, you don't usually go to work on St. Patrick's Day. How's it gonna work? But we'll talk about that. Where you know, because those are details y'all don't really need to know. Well, anyways, but yeah. So overall, I think the soup turned out pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be like game changing, but it's the thumbnail. I think it'll be one of those too. Like the more you eat it, the flavor will kind of build up on you.
Yeah, the boys are wrestling.
Hot. 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 Oh, almost spoiled the surprise. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, so normally we'd jump into movies or other stuff, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this out of the way while Mary's scooping the kitty poops. Let's talk about video games. Actually, I don't think I have as much to say as I thought I did initially, which is fine, because we got a lot of movies to talk about today. But game-wise, have I played anything new? Just chucking along on Super Lucky's Tale, having fun with that when I'm in the mood. Haven't really got back to Far Cry. I keep thinking, like, maybe I'll get to it, but in WWE, I keep being like, one more thing. There's some new stuff that came out that I want to try, like that Far game or something that's on Game Pass. I want to try that. I'm at 62,500 something Microsoft points, so a little less than 30,000 to go to get that $100 gift card. I guess I really haven't played anything else. I haven't even played Batman, which I guess I'm going to go do tonight because I'm looking at the schedule and it's like I kind of have to do it tonight, which, you know, I mean, it's fun. I'm fine with that. I was just kind of bummed I'm in a position of have to do it. I thought I was so far ahead, which I am, but we got Comic-Con coming up at the end of the month and the Oscars with the live stream at the end of the month. Anyway, so predominantly I've been playing WWE 2K22 and I'm loving it. I'm really getting in my faction mode and I'm doing like the challenges and the towers and the dailies and the lifetimes, learning my characters. I did break over and actually pay for some VC, which, you know, it's like in-game credit if you aren't familiar with this kind of stuff. And I use that to buy some card packs so I could have more wrestlers to build into my faction. My faction is called the Bruise Crews? No. The Bruise Crew. I think it might be the Bruise Crew. Why can't I remember what my faction is called? Anyways, if I remember, I'll tell you. Currently, as the Emerald card of The Undertaker, I forget which version of The Undertaker. It's the Emerald card of Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the Ruby card of Rey Mysterio Jr., and of course, especially in honor, the Emerald card of the now late great Scott Hall. On my ladies card, it's mostly Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch, and a couple others on there. Naomi, and then this other, is it Nia Jax that I have on there? I don't know. Somebody I'm not too familiar with, so it's probably not her. Anyways, it's a really good time. I'm liking that. I like the challenges. I like the card packs. I like the collectability. I like the randomness of the card packs. I kind of want to buy more, but I got to be careful. I've earned some free card packs too. You know, don't get me wrong. I don't want to do that all the time. I've considered doing card pack opening videos now because apparently that's a thing. Then I'm like, I don't know. Then I have to go download it on the Studio Xbox and blah, blah. Maybe. But having a blast with that. I'm also still, of course, working through just some regular plays to get some trophies, just some versus the AI kind of stuff. And I keep meaning to get back to the showcase with Rey Mysterio. Haven't touched my universe yet, haven't touched my GM yet. There's so much in this game. And maybe not everybody loves it like I do, and some people probably love it more than I do. But for me personally, I'm absolutely getting my money's worth. Even at 120 bucks, I'm getting my money's worth out of all of this, and will as I keep playing it. Plus, it's just a fun game to kind of pick up and play. I was playing it on my remote play with my Xbox, what do they call that? The Bone? The X-Bone? Little T-handle shaped controller that you hook to your phone and use remote play. And that was a really good time. So just doing all that, having a blast doing it. And as I'm talking about it now, it's like, I want to go play WWE. I mean, I'm going to play Batman, but I want to go play WWE. Oh well. But that's pretty much all I got for Video Game Corner now that I think about it. I did the dailies, but one was literally like Crossfire. I just did Cloud Play to turn it on and get the or weeklies, I guess, to get the rewards points. And then the other was the original Dishonored. It had been remastered, and I just followed Reward Hunter's guide. And as I'm playing it, I'm like, I've played this. And then I realized, yeah, because we got it for like Xbox or Xbox 360 when we were doing the Game Boxes videos, and we played that. So I was like, oh yeah. And actually, you know what? I had a little bit of fun with that. I got my reward, and then I actually played it for another 20 minutes because I was seeing if I could get a, you know, like finish a story section and get a trophy, but it didn't happen. I gave up, but I was like, it's actually kind of a fun game. Quite like it. So I guess I can report on that as well. I gotta start doing some stuff on my Switch or whatever. Ninja Turtle Collection is gonna be a thing. Oh, the Rift Tracks game is coming. So move over Quiplash. Rift Tracks has a game that's similar to Quiplash, but it's more like riffing movies and kind of works with the room codes, and people can play at home. And you can make your own riffs and vote on who's the funniest, or you can actually do chosen riffs that are written and performed by the actual Rift Tracks guys. And it's all meant for streaming and everything too. So it comes out May 5th. We're definitely gonna be checking that out and having a good time with that. But I think that about does video game talk. That's it for video game talk. All right, well that's cool. We still have the cool cat thing to show you, some wedding talk and some movies. So we got some stuff still here to hook up in the vlog. By the way, the weather has been wonderful, mostly. 4 days ago, we had like 5 inches of snow. And now we've been like 65, 70 degrees in the day and like, you know, high 40s, low 50s at night. It's quieter with the sound wall. It's a little darker, but it's quieter. Daylight savings time happened. We get more sunshine. It's beautiful, especially for me since I don't wake up early enough for the sunrise to matter. Played too much wrestling last night. Woke up, made my last drink of the night while Mary was waking up for work. I felt kind of bad because I was wide awake by that point. It's like, I have not unwound. I had to turn it off. I'm gonna go watch some YouTube and try and crash. So, whoopsie. All right, that's it. We'll be back with more. See you in a sec. All right, let's show the kitty thing. Look what we got. Taking some trouble. Time getting them to use it. We have a chip red kitty door. Look, kitty bit, you can go through. You want to go through? They don't want to go through. There's like a clonking thing. See? Well, that's it locking back. It's unlocking. You can go through. Oh, it locked. So anyways, you know, we've been leaving the door open and taping that open just so they have to come through the hole so they get used to it.
Leaving the door closed and taping that.
That's what I mean. Leaving the main door closed and taping the kitty door open so they get used to coming in and out of it. And used to what we call the clonker, the clonk, the clonkers, the clonkening, clonkageddon, clonkpocalypse. Hi. Aren't you all that? You want daddy's hand? She's like, give me your hand. Give me your hand. Okay. But anyways, that's pretty cool. This allows us to say certain cats can come and go, or it says, hey, we can close the door and keep the heat down there in the winter, but the cats can come downstairs if they haven't yet. Things like that. Pretty nice, pretty convenient. Now let's talk about movies. So we saw Coda. Mary is exhausted. Okay.
So exhausted.
I'm just gonna do this myself then. I've been waiting for like 30 minutes to do. So first, Coda. No spoilers. It's really good. It's really enjoyable. The parents are really. There's a great scene with them, and it involves a sex misunderstanding, sort of really misunderstanding, but. It's really awesome. It's about the one hearing daughter of a deaf family, and she's a great singer, and the turmoil that causes because they're like a poor fishing family, not necessarily a poor fishing family, but a fishing family that relies on fishing and relies on her to be their interpreter her whole life, and pretty interesting story. Good pace, charming, fun to watch. I put it in the class of like the Green Book, which was great, but I'm not entirely sure it's Best Picture material, and you know, but yeah, that was my thoughts on Coda.
I enjoyed it. And they do some interesting things with her singing and what they do with audio at some points.
Yeah, they do some cool stuff there too. And it's well shot and everything, beautifully acted, but it's absolutely worth checking out. Just for that one parent scene alone. It's pretty great.
Yeah, the parents are hilarious.
They really are. They kind of stole the show. Especially the dad. There's also a great joke about why God made farts stink. I'm not going to tell you the punchline. Gotta watch the movie. All right, well, next. We also caught Being the Ricardos, which I thought was great. I've seen some I Love Lucy. I grew up with reruns. I'm not a huge fan. I'm respectful. I appreciate what she did. So I'm not coming at it as like a super fan and like, oh, this isn't exactly historically accurate, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying, as a movie, it was really fun. It was really interesting, intense. I love behind the scenes of like production kind of things like that. Everybody in this movie was great. J.K. Simmons is great. Nicole Kidman is a great Lucy as far as I'm concerned. But Javier Bardem is amazing as Desi. And there's also people like Tony Hale in here that's really great, and the girl that was the young girl on Arrested Development, and a bunch of other little people here and there. Not little people, but not bit players, but smaller roles. There we go. Yeah, secondary. Roles. There we go. And I loved it. I thought the pace was great, the story was great, the messaging was great. I had a blast with this. I honestly think this should be one of the Best Picture nominees, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But what do you think of Being the Ricardos?
I really liked it. It should get set or some sort of scenery to. What did it got?
You can't ask me what it got. Now I only know off the top of my head.
But the wardrobes and set dressing and everything.
Production design, yeah. I'm not sure if they're nominated in those categories. I think I'm burning up, y'all. Bear with me. I think we got like 4 nominations. I know 3 of them were for acting. I know Nicole Kidman, Javier Bardem, and J.K. Simmons got acting. I don't know what else. The man had more than that too. But yeah, I thought that was really great too. Although, I'm trying to figure out how to form my thoughts so I don't ruin things I'm about to say. It's on Amazon Prime. It's great, especially if you're a fan of art and you hate jerkasses that try to slow art down. And you love great performances. Yeah. It's fantastic.
I like how they showed her process.
Yeah, that was really cool too. Yeah, working with the scripts, working the jokes, which was great because she's like, it's not there yet. And just the way she wants to cook it and the way she'll argue with people and the way she fought for stuff. And yeah, it's fantastic. I didn't know she started out like as a... Like B movies? Yeah, I was surprised by that too. I did not know. But now we know. And knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe. All right. We got more. Okay, Drive My Car, which has like 4 nominations. I think writing, directing, international film, foreign film, and Best Picture.
We're baffled.
Fuck. Yeah. I mean, it's a good movie, and especially once it finally kind of reveals what it's trying to tell you, I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why it's respected. And Best Foreign Film, sure, deserves that nomination. The other 3 nominations, I really don't. This is a Japanese film. It's 3 hours long. It's incredibly slow-paced. It's incredibly whispery. There are long stretches of silence where they even pull out sound effects. It is about like a stage production as part of it, so I think that's the one thing that kept me engaged.
I think...
But it meanders with a lot of stuff that doesn't really go anywhere.
It's the stage production in and of itself is kind of interesting in that the main character kind of specializes in doing plays where you have people of different like cultures, nationalities, or whatever who speak different languages, and you perform in whatever your native language is, regardless of who you're performing to or with. Okay.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm with you. He's like, I watched it too. I loved it. They're full of shit.
But so you'll have like Chinese, Japanese, and Korean all being spoken in the same play. And they have to have subtitles above, being projected behind them. Yeah, and sign language because one of the performers is Korean. Is not deaf but can't speak because she can hear. Right. Which I guess actually because I didn't get that at first and I was a little bothered by. It's like, I'm totally for that. You want to cast like that, that's fine, and just adapt the role for that slightly. But there were parts, like, at first when I didn't realize she could hear, that I was like, well, how is she supposed to know she's getting a cue right here if she's not looking at you? Okay, you missed the part that's when they were knocking. Yeah, but that's when they're knocking. I meant like when they're just knocking on the table after their lines. No. Oh. They actually said during her audition that she could hear. Yes, I missed a lot because it was dull as shit. So my thought on it was, and again, I mean, it's well done. It's just, I'm so glad we watched it earlier. I would have been passing out. It was like, wow. I do not think it deserves the Best Picture nomination at all, especially over Being the Ricardos. That should be there. My thought is
And
that
Tragedy of Macbeth should be there. But
it was a 3-hour movie based on a short
well,
story.
I was going to bring this up. You kind of jumped the gun on a setup I wanted to do here because I was going to say,
sorry.
no, it's okay. I didn't tell you. So it turns out I was joking around. So it's nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, right? And I was joking around with Mary. I was like, I guess it's just one of those things. They had problems really knowing what they should cut from the story. They just translated too much of the story. Mary looks it up, finds out it's a short story. I'm like, how the fuck is this for Best Adapted Screenplay if you took a fucking short story and turned it into a 3-hour boring nothing fest? So I'm really mad about this movie. I'm so glad we didn't have to watch it in theater. I'm not really mad about it because it's not awful. It's just like, wow, is this just nominated because it has like the diversity of foreign language and stuff? Mm-hmm. I don't know. So really did not enjoy it. And I really feel like,
I almost wonder if they're going like, well, Parasite did really well last year. But Parasite was really good.
Yeah, Parasite was engaging as all hell and interesting and went somewhere. It had a story to tell. And slice of life can be good if you do something with it, but they didn't really do anything with it. Even the payoff isn't like that strong. It's just like, oh, okay. I see where they're going with this. Okay. Okay. But what makes it worse is it has a Best Picture nomination when being the Ricardos should have that slot. And even worse, which we'll talk about in a second, it has a director nomination when Joel Cohen for Tragedy of Macbeth did not get a director nomination. Duh fuck. Let's talk about that. And then we saw the Tragedy of Macbeth. Now, Shakespeare. Shakespeare's not for everybody. The stories, I think, even if you don't like Shakespeare, you like the stories. But the language can be very difficult to get behind.
So I'm going to say straight up, not a fan of his histories or his tragedies.
Okay.
Love the comedies.
Yeah. I am a fan of the stories. I can deal with the language. It's not my favorite. This movie, I fucking loved. I thought it was, I knew I was going to like it because the visuals are insane. It's like a stage play, but in an open world, and it's beautiful. My only complaint about the visuals is I have no idea why they went 4:3 and didn't go widescreen on it. There's no real reason they shouldn't have gone widescreen. That feels more like a stage. But
I kind of feel like it was something like going with that old school, like French, whatever that was called.
Yeah, I know. I'm totally blanking on it now too.
Not Impressionism.
We'll get to it. But listen, here's the thing. I was a little off in the beginning because it took some time getting into the Shakespearean language to the point where I was like, it would almost be interesting if they did something like this and started it and translated regular English and then kind of segued subtly into full Shakespeare by like the last third or something. But I think the cast in this is amazing. The story is amazing. The way it is portrayed, I had tears. I had an experience with this movie.
I didn't, but
yeah.
I mean,
but you're you and I'm me though.
It was interesting to look at for sure. I like how they handled the weird sisters.
That was really cool. Almost Gollum-esque.
Now, I did have to explain to Eric how things shook out, or how things got to be the way they were.
Yes, there was, because the opening third, I was having some trouble staying engaged and following until I really got hooked in. And so I did have a question or two that she had to clear up for me at the end. But I mostly followed it. There was like a particular setup beat I missed.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just insanely beautiful in the cinematography. It deserves cinematography and not just because it's black and white. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's black and white, it's artsy. It's like, no, it's like, you got to understand, it's the use of grain, like how they didn't use that much grain, but there's just enough. It's the use of contrast, like how stark, particularly in the beard hairs, like the dark hairs and the whitish gray hairs just really contrast incredibly strong with no gradations in the middle. It's the framing of the shots and the use of shadow and light and just
And it was
gorgeous.
Very minimalist settings.
And somehow that just made it more surreal. Surrealist. A little surrealist.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, and I get why this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I freaking love this. And I thought Javier Bardem was lock for me until I saw Denzel's performance. I have never heard Shakespearean dialogue feel so natural and so like that's just how people talk until this performance. This guy knows how to perform Shakespeare. Like, it made me just feel like, am I listening to somebody fluent in a foreign language? Because, like, it's just rolling. Like, his pauses, his emotion, where he would rise and fall, you know, like, it didn't feel acted. It didn't feel performed. It didn't feel rehearsed. It felt like this is a guy talking. And doing that as an actor itself is one thing, but doing it with Shakespearean dialogue is a whole other thing. and he is amazing. And this is a vision. Like this movie, this was not just a happy accident. This was not things turning out because this person had this idea, this person had this idea. This was a vision. This was a director with a vision, and they put that on the screen, and it's amazing. And Joel Cohen is not nominated for Best Director, but the guy who made Drive My Car is. That's a worse decision than who they chose to host the Oscars. That's a worse decision than dropping 8 of the categories from live broadcast.
Jack.
That's a worse decision than what Jack was trying to do. But anyways, I love Tragedy Macbeth. I cannot wait to own it, hopefully 4K, and that is something I will watch again with great vigor. See, I can be Shakespearean too. Anything I missed? Did you get to say anything?
I said a few things.
That was kind of this was the one I was excited to rant about. I think that's the end of movies. Did we?
Macbeth was the last one we watched.
Yeah. I don't know if we saw anything else this week. We keep meaning to start Rebels, but at this point, it's like, we're going to start Rebels in April. We got to get to these Oscar films.
Yeah, we were just kind of like going like, well, which one is this? Like, let's just get one that just really is probably going to be a pain in the butt, knocked off. And
We're trying to save like the more fun ones, like Eye of Tammy Faye.
Coming to America.
Oh my God, yes, Coming to America. Wow. I also got a little tear. Oh, yeah. All right, so Coming to America. Yeah, I do that so it's easier for me to find the time codes for y'all. Yeah, that movie was way better than I thought it was going to be. We watched it after watching Drive My Car. So that may also be a little why we liked it a little bit more.
But I'm going to say, how the fuck did that not get a costuming nod?
Of course, she's jumping to the big part first, but you are absolutely right. It got hair and makeup nomination, which it deserves and probably deserves to win. But how did it not also get costume design? She's absolutely right, because it is the dressing, the wardrobe of everybody in here is spectacular. From like traditionalism to like modernized traditionalist and everything in between. It is gorgeous. And again, the hair designs too, because there's actually like a whole hairdresser thing in here. So there's even a plot slightly involving hairdressing. So yeah, like the hair, makeup, and it should have got costume. It's just baffling to me that it got one and not the other. Particularly when it's like the strong winner. And it's just crazy. I thought it was crazy this movie got nominated for anything until I watched it. And it's a great sequel. We did not rewatch the first one, but kind of remember it. And they tell you the important things. Although I did catch a Trading Places reference. Apparently this takes place in the same universe now. Just think about the Colin Jost scene. You'll know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil all the cameos and cast surprises, but man, this pays off. This hits your nostalgia bone for the original. This hits other wonderful modern things. The jokes were landing. It was heartwarming. It was charming. I cared about the characters. This is one of Eddie Murphy's really great performances. Wonderful to see Arsenio Hall back. Great pacing, and I just really enjoyed that movie. We both, I think.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so if you've been on the fence about watching that, give it a shot. Give it a shot. I think you're gonna very much enjoy it.
Netflix?
No, Amazon Prime Video. But yeah, I need to buy the 4K of that. I don't know if they released it. But great time. I'm glad you remembered because definitely wanted to throw that out there. That was awesome. All right, even if we saw anything else, maybe we'll tell you another time. But I think that's everything we watched this week. We've been busy.
I think so. Yeah.
We've been busy. Okay, and my arm is about to die, so I'm going to go play some Batman, and we'll wrap this up in a little while. All right, movie time. Bye. Game time. Ooh. And one last thing while I have Mary before I forget. Wedding talk. Not a lot per se, but a big thing. So, we toured our place. We've been trying to get a date, blah, 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 blah. We've had a date. We've had a place for a while now. We were just waiting to actually get the contract signed, get the deposit check in and all of that. It is there. They have it. It is confirmed 100% September 17th, 2022. We're getting married, which is awesome, but also crazy and also a little bit scary. Not because of getting married, because it's like, well, fuck, now we actually have to finish planning all of this. So next up is finding out if Jeremy Ashby is going to do a special menu for us so we can get the menu, because people have choices on the invitations, and also starting to work out our guest list and figuring that out. We have a estimate for 100 guests. That could go smaller, that could go bigger. We got time to solidify that number, but it's going to be fancy. We know we're trying to get karaoke involved. It's going to be non-traditional, but it's going to have a lot of fun. We're sharing a bride and groom's person and Mike Elmore. I confirmed today with Jerry Williams, since it's his birthday especially, he's down for being one of my groomsmen. I'm going to talk to some other people. And yeah, it's a great space in like a top floor of a downtown city building. You can see all the way around out the windows. We got the whole place with bars and stuff, be an open bar. It's gonna be a good time, and I'm excited about it. And then we're gonna go on a honeymoon after that too. So it might be the vacation we've been putting off for 3 years, because that's like a week after we get married anyways currently. So
Yeah.
if we can get there, but everything is opening up. So I think we might be in luck. All right, that's the wedding update. I'll be sweet. Bye. Okay, it's like 1:30. I've gotten a little bit of work done. Batman took a little while. It was fun, but I was done a little after midnight, so unfortunately I got married in bed like 12:30. I feel bad about that. She had no idea. She doesn't keep track of time, but she needed to relax too, so I get it. It's fine. It'll work out. That's some cool lighting. Basically, I'm gonna wrap this out. I've edited the Batmans. I gotta edit this vlog, but everything's ready to edit except this clip and a few trailers, and schedule the trailer for tomorrow, but I've already done all the text work for it. So the Miss Marvel trailer, which was, real quick though, before we bail, I just want to say, I bought 2 pop figures. Again, I know, part of what built this channel was pop figure unboxings, and I'm not gonna completely unbox them right now because I'm not ready and I can't do it one-handed. But although one of these vlogs, we have so many subscription boxes that still come in. Some are free and some I pay for, just haven't gotten to them. We might do that in a vlog one day. Anyways, I'm just on a, I think a few weeks ago I showed you I bought the new Boba Fett pop because I gotta do that. Well, I had to do this one. This one's too freaking cute. Look at this. Let me find you some good lighting. Look at Luke and Grogu. It's adorable. Look at Eric and little Jack. I mean, Luke and Grogu. So that's really cool. I had to buy that. And then Mary showed me this one on Instagram. And of course I found it. And I'm like, yeah. Driving episode Piccolo, baby. So if anybody knows, we don't know. But I assume they're doing driver's license Goku as well. We need that. I need to know. If you got any information on that, if it's coming, if it's going to be exclusive somewhere, what I need to know. That's the pair we need. I can't believe I'm not getting a pop ride of that. That would be amazing. But anyways, that Piccolo is also going to be awesome with our Badman Vegeta pops. I'm sorry, the Vegeta pops are ours. She would never phrase it that way. I'm phrasing it that way because I know she thinks it, but would never say it. She's too cool to say it. Plus, if you've seen her office, she has all the Vegeta pops. Literally. I mean, I have some that have opened, but anyways, it's adorable. I think it's great. We announced on my private, my personal Facebook, the wedding date, and a lot of people get some really good love from that, and I'm excited about it. A lot of stuff to figure out. So again, if I'm slow to do things or whatever, it's a little extra right now. Huge news, Joe Bob. Last drive-in with Joe Bob Briggs, my favorite thing in the world, outside of Mary and the babies down there. And maybe the wrestling game. No, more than the wrestling game. Season 4, April 29th. Although, I was like, we're supposed to get one more special before that, and they haven't announced anything. It could still happen. We kind of all assumed it's like the Jamboree, because Jamboree 2 is going to be happening. They've announced the dates, July 10th through 12th, or 9th through 11th. I got it written down. It's going to be in Memphis this year, apparently. Which, cool, shorter drive, but Memphis in July, really? Okay. That's going to be great. I got a Mystery Science Theater Gizmoplex live special event this Friday night. Because I'm a backer, I have a 12-month Gizmo pass, so it's like a Gizmoplex pass. So they're going to do Manos and then do a Q&A and have some extra bits with it. I may watch that live, I may not. I'm not as beholden to it because it's not a new show. New shows are monthly for now. Although they'll have to change that if they're going to get to 13 for the Christmas episode. Theoretically, I don't know what they'll do about that, actually. Oh, good. That does not have my address on it. I just realized I'm showing a box. I mean, the quality of this, I don't think you could ever figure it out. But I feel like there's one other thing I want to say before we wrap out of here, and I'm going to go, because again, it is 1:33, and I still got work and editing to do. Oh, I guess can I talk brief sports? I know it's against the rules. Nothing crazy. But tomorrow, as I'm filming this, yesterday as this coming out, UK Wildcats start their NCAA tournament run.
And we have, I mean, certainly our last game was the worst we've probably played all season. But because we could not shoot anything, we could not make any baskets at all, like at all. And it was, I mean, sure, some of it's going to be the other team's defense, but this was one of those nights we were getting great looks, great shots. They were not dropping at all, like our lowest shooting percentage ever. Anyways, tournament starts, fingers crossed. I will say I already know that if we did happen to go out by, like, say, Sweet 16, the silver lining for me will be, well, I don't have to decide what I'm going to do on Friday nights because of Mystery Science Theater. And then eventually, well, I guess not Joe Bob, but also WrestleMania. Because if they do make it to the Final Four, that'll be during the first night of WrestleMania. And I'm certainly going to watch my cats, but I'm kind of excited because I'm playing the game right now and all that. I'm really excited about the 2-day WrestleMania event this year. And it being a couple days before my birthday, it's like, it just feels nostalgic and right. And I'm excited about that. But now I'm realizing the sooner I shut up here, the sooner I can go play my WWE game. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for having a good time. Again, suggestions, thoughts, comments, always appreciated. Trailer reaction suggestions, all that, anything and everything, comment below. Also, you can click that thumbs up button, give me that good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. Remember that we'll get through this. We will get through this together. Sorry, I can't do that with 2 fists, but check out my music anywhere you listen to music. Look up TheEricButts, high energy pop punk. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Appreciate it regardless, I really do. And again, I'm really excited about the wedding, but tomorrow, yesterday, technically today, is the 17th of March, 3. We have exactly 6 months. I have no idea. Please ask questions if you have them, because I may not have an answer, but it may get me thinking about something I need to have an answer for. Ooh, Christ. The actual being married to Mary, I'm excited for that. I mean, it's not really going to be any different other than saying husband, wife, We've lived together a while now, But the panic and fear is 6 months to plan all this. We don't have a wedding planner. I'm treating... This is a punk rock indie film wedding with a budget. So... My dad will know I mean this in jest, but some fool gave us a budget to make a punk rock horror film wedding. It's not a horror film wedding. I don't know. I'm trying to equate it to, wow. Oh, wow. 6 months. Okay. I gotta go. Links, descriptions, ways to support music, please. I'll see you all later.